Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to get the MQ-9 Reaper mod for DCS World. This is a completely free mod that works with 2.5.6 stable and open beta, and it does pass the integrity check, at least to the degree that you don't have to go through the rigmarole of uninstalling it to get on a public server. Now obviously this is an unofficial mod, and therefore it does not have any slots in any public server, but it will allow you to fly in single player, or if you decide to host a server, you can also do it that way with friends who have it as well. So I am here, and I will post this link in the video description. We'll go here and go to download, and I'm going to put it in my downloads folder. And I already have it downloaded, but we'll go ahead and let it download. And this is a 7Z file, so you'll need something like WinRAR to decompress it before you can use it. So now we're going to go to the downloads folder, and here it is right here. I also have this, which is the unzipped file, and if we go back, you'll want to navigate to your Save Games folder and find your DCS install folder, whichever version that you have. I have DCS World Stable, that's this one, Open Beta, and 1.5. So I have this installed already in Stable. You just take that folder that you unzip and go to Mods, Aircraft, and paste it right like that. So once you have that in there, you can just fire up DCS World and create a mission for it. And we'll go ahead and do that in just a second. Alright, so now I'm in DCS World. We're going to go ahead and check to make sure that the MQ-9 mod is installed. Go over here, and it is. And then we'll go to a mission that I have pre-created, and I'll show you how this thing works. Alright, so now I am in the mission editor. Here's my MQ-9 right there. And I've got some targets set up here and at Kutaisi Airfield as well. And we're going to go ahead and go take some of that stuff out. So go ahead and hit fly. We have an interesting loading screen here. And it should load up for us in a second. And here we are in the cockpit. Let me go ahead and recenter my
Fuel
head tracker.
1500. Fuel 800.
So this is what the cockpit looks like. It's really just kind of this box. Having some issues here with my head tracker. But this is basically what it looks like. So we have our main screen, and then we have some cool photos off to the left, right, and behind us. So the downside to this is that it does limit your visibility because you can't actually slew your sensor picture that is on the screen in front of you around, so you're limited to looking straight ahead basically. So let's go ahead and take a look at the external model. So this is what it looks like on the outside. You can see we have some GPU-12 JDAMs loaded up, as well as some AGM-114 Hellfires. So we have a pretty nice prop animation there. External model looks really darn good, actually. Alright, let's go head over to Futasi and check some of this stuff out. So I'm going to press 6 for air-to-ground mode. Actually, my bad, that is longitudinal missile aiming mode. So we'll press 7 for air-to-ground mode. And we have the AGM-114 selected, as you can see in the bottom right of the HUD. I'll go ahead and switch to the GPU-12s because we've got more altitude now, and I'm not really good with laser-guided bombs at all. So we'll go ahead and press O to turn on the electro-optical system, which will show up right there, and then Shift and O, right Shift and O that is, to turn on the laser designator. And then I have my hat switch set up to slew the sensor point of interest around, to slew our camera around here. And I'm going to point it down a bit. So if we look here, you can see we actually have a Tu-160 lining up on the runway for takeoff. Let's see if we can do something about that. Go ahead and press the target lock button. And you may have to use the launch override command. And there's our bomb. Try to gain some altitude here. And that explosion definitely shook our aircraft. I'm pretty sure we missed the Tu-160 though, unfortunately. You can't see him. There's the crater that our bomb made. Obviously we missed him. There's an Mi-26 down there. We'll go ahead and switch to the Hellfires. They don't actually work against moving targets, at least not moving aircraft. Against ground vehicles, they're actually surprisingly effective though. Go ahead and lock up one of these Mi-28s, and I got too close. So we'll have to go around and be careful not to hit the light poles. This thing really kind of handles like you would almost expect a light prop-driven version of an A-10 to handle. So actually what I think we'll do is we'll switch back to the GPU-12 and we'll go ahead and see if we can knock out the runway here. Launch override to release it, and then we're going to climb because that may damage us otherwise. Go ahead and turn off the launch override. We're climbing straight into the sun here. And I did not hear an explosion, but that's kind of to be expected. We don't really have good hearing ability in the... And we do have a crater. So that's good. Go ahead and walk this up. Rifle. Use one of the Hellfires. And I missed. So we'll go ahead and come around, and hopefully I'll actually be able to hit something. I'm not even going to try to hit that Mi-26 that is flying around, because it's just, the Hellfire won't track it for some reason. So go ahead and pick something to launch on here. This'll do. Rifle. And that was not a direct hit, which probably means we didn't really do much to that Su-30 down there, because DCS doesn't seem to want to model splash damage very well. We'll go ahead and leave the airplanes alone. We do have some stuff out across the river here, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that. These are ground units that we should be able to hopefully lock up and hit with our Hellfires. And I believe and it looks like we still have 2 left. Yes, we do, because we have 2 little marks at the very bottom of our HUD indicating that we still have 2 active pylons. And I just went out of air to ground mode. We'll go back into air to ground mode. Turn everything back on. Now the fun part here is going to be finding these units, because I don't remember exactly where I put them. They should be somewhere around in here. There. Here's one. And we've got some... We're going to get out of here now because we're being shot at. And shack. That is 1 BTR down. And hopefully we can get out of this without getting totally shot to pieces. And I'm afraid we probably just got hit there. So I'll drop it down a little bit. Evasive maneuvers are not the most relevant thing in the world necessarily in a UCAV, but you do want to try to stay alive. That's the whole point of being around, so that you can be combat effective. Go ahead and lock one of these up, and we'll use our last Hellfire on it. And that is 1 more BTR down. Alright, that is all the ordnance we have. And this is the MQ-9 Reaper mod for DCS World. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.
Right, 4 o'clock.